Hey, what's up out there? I'm Cody the Coin Raptor, and I'm here to provide you some excellent crypto content. I hope you guys are doing well out there. It has been one of those days. I call it Black Friday. All right, Black Friday for a number of reasons, because crypto has been hit hard. Bitcoin has been hit hard. We zoom out here, we take a look at just today, this massive red candle, which started at about 23,000, and now it's actually gone to just under 21,000. So it has shed over $2,000 in a single day, which is pretty huge. We take a look at the volume for today, and the volume for today is the highest that it's been since the June collapse, June 18th. So sellers are being flushed out of crypto left and right, especially with Bitcoin. All the Bitcoin tourists are selling right now, and the only ones that are going to be left are the hardcore hodlers, and those should provide some sort of support, and they should provide a consistent basis for buying. So with Bitcoin, all right, so what has Bitcoin been doing? We take a look at RSI. The RSI right now has completely changed. It's completely flipped. Right now on the daily, it's 34. So it's basically oversold. We take a look at the hourly, all right? Right now, it's at 21. Very oversold, all right? Now let's take a look at the weekly. Boom. We're at 33. So Bitcoin, and I would say that's oversold. So Bitcoin is oversold in every single time frame, both the hourly, the daily, and the weekly. So this is a massive, massive candle, and there's been a ton of money that is being flushed out of Bitcoin. And I see this as nothing but an opportunity personally. This is not financial advice, but I have been buying the dip on Bitcoin a few times here. And if you guys are really curious about that, what the actual prices are, I've had them listed as part of under my Twitter account. I make sure I post when I'm buying. And again, not financial advice. This only fits my own risk profile. I'm doing this as a DCA, dollar cost average, to hold long term, because right now we are under both the 200-week moving average. We zoom out and take a look at the 200-week moving average, which is about 23,000. And on top of that, we're also below the realized price, which is 21,700 or so. That is amazing, because Bitcoin has rarely been in this kind of area of both oversold and very cheap. We could just take a look at the 200-week moving average. It spent just a little bit of time there back in March 2020. And if you go and you take a look at the 2018 bear market, it didn't even touch under this 200-week moving average. It might have slipped under it just a little bit, but it didn't stay there for very long. We're in rarefied air right now, and Bitcoin has been pretty massively oversold. So where can Bitcoin find support? Bitcoin can find support in two different spots. First off, the first spot I want to talk about is about 20,000. The reason why 20,000 is going to be strong support is because buyers and sellers tend to gravitate both towards about the even numbers, and 20,000 is one of the best even numbers. Psychologically speaking, it's going to be strong support. There have been many buyers already. We've slipped under the 20,000 range before, and we've seen that it's been heavily bought up. And I expect that we're going to find good support there at 20,000. If 20,000 doesn't hold, the next level you're looking at is 19,000. All right. If 19,000 doesn't hold, look down below, because we're making new lows. There is not a lot of support below that area. Now, the way I'm treating this is like, if you buy Bitcoin right now, you have about a 5 or 10% or so chance to reach 20 and 19,000. So even if it goes that low, those are your support levels you're looking at. So right now I'm buying. Again, I'm holding for the long term, and I think this is a great opportunity to buy Bitcoin at a very cheap price, which I have been doing. Again, not financial advice. We take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum, not as bad, but still it's more of in the middle of the range right now, especially on the weekly. It's only 41 RSI. It's held up better than Bitcoin has held up, but that's not really saying anything. We go take a look at the hourly. Oversold on the hourly. It's 19 right now, so that's something to watch out for. Take a look at the daily, and the daily, it's 44. So it's more in the middle of the range. It's oversold in the short term, and in the medium term and long term, it's more in the middle of the range. So with Ethereum, I think Ethereum actually has some distance to fall. We could actually wind up seeing Ethereum come back down here to about 1,500, and I expect to find support in the 1,500 range around this area here, and if that doesn't hold, then below that at 1,350 in this range down here. So I might be adding just a little bit to my Ethereum positions, but I'm primarily focusing on Bitcoin right now because, in my opinion, Bitcoin has a better risk to reward ratio right now. We take a look at the dollar index. Dollar index has been popping. Dollar index is at almost 108 right now. So if you remember, dollar index topped out about 109, and it has been on a massive run lately. And that's not surprising. When you take a look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin's getting hammered, and the dollar index, which measures the strength of the dollar, has been on this massive, massive upswing. Look at this. All the way down from 89 all the way up to about 108. And so Bitcoin tends to trade inversely with the price of the dollar index. All right, so let's go to our very first crypto news. So we have bankrupt crypto lender Celsius now says it likely has enough cash to last to the end of the year. This is basically comparing with the previous story that we talked about, saying, well, they only had about enough funds to last for about 3 months or so. Now they're saying that based on some additional funds that they received via maturing loans, sales, and use tax savings, that they will have enough to last towards the end of the year. And according to them, they also say that Celsius expects to be cash flow positive at the beginning of 2023. I'm a little skeptical about this whole thing, personally. Color me a little skeptical about them being cash flow positive. We'll see how that works out. I think that there could be a number of criminal cases that are brought in Celsius, in addition to this bankruptcy case, to some of the senior staff here. So we'll see how that plays out. It's kind of speculation on my part, but we'll see how this plays out. This would be very surprising considering it contradicts what we've seen previously. So I thought I'd talk about it here. Next, we're going to talk about how much money has been liquidated in the crypto space. Over $600 million in crypto liquidated as Bitcoin plunges by nearly 10% in a matter of hours. Now, this was earlier today, and in fact, it's probably much higher now compared to back when this was originally published. But if you guys are curious, you can always go onto CoinGlass to actually take a look at this yourselves. I've looked at it several times. If you go and you can just click on this link here, we'll go straight to the liquidations, and we can see that based on liquidations, 24 hours, 676 million crypto longs and shorts have been liquidated. That's a pretty massive amount. And we take a look at the graph down here, and just in one day alone, $529 million worth of crypto longs have been completely annihilated. And this is the largest since that massive crash we saw back in the 12th of June. So this is not something that happens every day. This is huge. That's a lot of longs liquidated here. I mean, $500 million worth of crypto longs have been liquidated in 24 hours. All right, next, I want to talk about an MMORPG that went into hiatus after crypto investors bailed and denied it misused funds. So this was a Pokemon-like MMORPG that was going to be produced by this Fat Loop Studios, and it turns out they were trying to get a Kickstarter through. And it turns out that apparently they went bankrupt. They don't have any more funds to develop this game, and they're basically saying that the reason for that is because there is the change in the economic landscape, change for cryptocurrency, and a massive devaluation of cryptocurrency, making it difficult for them to continue working on the game. So the crypto market crash meant the investors that were lined up earlier this year pulled out, who were necessary to make it through our runway to launch, said Grant, and he's one of the lead designers here. So that's what they're saying happened. This is kind of disappointing. I'd seen multiple stories on this and some teasers on this, and it looked actually pretty good. And I guess that's what it is. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. If you like this content, please let me know. Please like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. This is Cody the Coin Raptor, signing out.